Hey my lovelies, I hope you're all safe and well. It's Mitch here and I'm just coming on to do this Wednesday's Facebook card reveals for you all. Working once more with the Xmas Elf Green Edition Dodgy Temu Tarot deck. Okay, so let's have a look at these cards and see where the energies are taking us. So if you were drawn to card number 1, we're going into the energy of the card of strength. Now, when strength kind of shows, this is always interesting because I see this as like a celebration of like your personal strength. And it may be that some of you guys are really sort of feeling into that at the moment. Maybe some of you are really sort of stopping and just looking back over your shoulder and seeing, particularly with Christmas time and the end of this year approaching, it could just be like a real important time where some of you are just stopping to actually celebrate the strength that you've had to carry throughout this year. And maybe there have been things that have kind of come to the surface recently. I know like quite a few of my friends and my clients have had quite a lot of curveballs that have come in from the universe, and myself, with family members, people's health, and it's a little bit like, oh my god, where has that come from? And almost like there's this deep internal strength of just having to stay focused, having to stay positive, to sort of see situations through whatever way the story dictates and goes. And sometimes with the strength card, it's just tapping into a deeper level of acceptance and a deeper level of kind of energy within you that you didn't recognize that you had before. Sometimes it's not until things are presented to us that we realize how strong we actually are. So maybe there's some of that going on for you at the moment as well. But what I do love with the strength card, whatever you might be up against or whatever you might be going through, strength to me is usually about kind of obstacles, setbacks, sort of forks in the road, being maybe a bit aggressive and a bit vulnerable or a little bit intrusive in those moments, but actually finding a way where we can overturn the problems, the complications. So I feel with the strength card, it's not necessarily staying stuck in that cycle, it's just being able to find the way to kind of come out the other side. So it's quite interesting. And it's interesting that with the strength card, there's this pictation of this kind of, I think it's meant to be some sort of like bear or kind of creature, ice creature thing. But this little elf is coming along. He's not phased, he's not scared, he's not buckling under the pressure or the vulnerability of having to gift this one a present. And he's just like, no, you're going to get something. You're going to be seen for who you are and what you are. And I think that's what's really cool with this card as well, is strength is about sometimes being seen, and being seen by people around us, but also being seen by spirit and, you know, the divine, higher consciousness, the universe, whatever you want to title it as, being seen for something bigger and better and more powerful, like a sense of your strength being seen from spirit, essentially. That's coming in quite strong with this as well. So interesting if you've been drawn to card number 1. Now then, as we're moving into card number 2, we're going into the energy of the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is a time for abundance. It's a time for prosperity to sort of find its way to you. This is a time for whatever you touch has the power to turn to gold. I also think with this, it's about making really kind of sensible and good business choices or decisions, or it could be for some of you that maybe there is some change around kind of work or career, and it's really looking at that in a sort of positive way and thinking, is this good for me? Does this give me the best return? Or actually, is this going to cause complications further on down the road? It's making money serve and work for you in whatever ways it needs to. If you're on the cusp of setting up your own business in something, but you've been wavering or you've been feeling a bit like, should I do this? Is this the right time? It's just about going for it, you know, not sort of fearing it, not worrying, thinking, oh God, can I make it work? You will be successful, okay? So sometimes like the scariest part is the dedication of self. And once we give ourselves permission to have the experience, the physical stuff just kicks in, it just happens, and it's really fabulous. So this Page of Pentacles to me is about looking at choices, looking about decisions on how to make money work and serve for you, whether it's career, whether it's just every day-to-day life stuff. And whatever you're having to do, make the right choices, make the right decisions that will work and serve for you. And literally you have the power to generate, to bring about this influx of abundance, prosperity, and that's both materialistically but also that in-heart richness. So it's an exciting time for plans, for ideas to sort of flourish and to become. So if you've been holding back on things, this is your time to shine, and just go for it, because it could be really, really exciting of what doors and opportunities open up for you. And finally, as we're going into card number 3, we're going into the energies of the Four of Swords. I love this card. This is me to a T. So like, Four of Swords. It could be that some of you at the moment are tired. Maybe some of you are feeling burnt out. Maybe some of you don't really like Christmas. That's me. And maybe some of you are just needing to stop, to pause, just to sort of temporarily disconnect from life, just temporarily disconnect from the world. And maybe some of you are just needing a good nana nap. That is something I can highly recommend. I have to have nana naps quite often. Sometimes in between clients, I may have to have a nana nap. I had to do that today. I had some clients in the morning, then I took Oski for a walk. Then there was a segment of time that was free, and I thought, I'm actually going to need a nana nap here. And then it allowed me to be the best I could be for my clients in the afternoon. So Four of Swords, it is about rest, it is about recharging and really giving yourself permission to do that. Maybe some of you are tired, maybe some of you are exhausted, maybe some of you are going through a grieving process and it's feeling just really overwhelming, and you're needing to actually give yourself that time, that love, that space to heal, to grieve. Maybe some of you have just been pushing yourself really hard and you're taking yourself into a space of exhaustion. Maybe some of you have been ill recently or are recovering from some kind of accident, or maybe an illness, or whatever it might be. Maybe some of you are just literally overdoing it and just need to know when actually it's okay to say no. That could also be what's coming in with this card. Sometimes it's just about permission to say, actually, no, I'm not available today. You're allowed to have that as well. So if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling burnt out, if you're feeling run down, if you're feeling out of sorts, give yourself some self-care, give yourself some self-love, do what's required to feel fabulous again. Whether it's a power nap, whether it's, you know, I don't know, whatever it might be, you'll know in your own sort of world what you've got to do. But own it, don't put it off, don't avoid it, actually do it, because, you know, it will make you feel better in the long run. It might be a bit sort of vulnerable and scary saying no briefly, but actually in the long run, this will be healthy for you, because this is risky. You run the risk of being quite burnt by stuff if we don't sort of own it for what it is. So, you know, if you need to rest, if you need to heal, if you need to take a breather from the world, you are allowed to do that. So I hope you can make sense of these cards. I'm going to leave their messages with you. Keep shining bright, stay safe, stay well, stay fabulous. Thank you so much for everybody that is supporting the winter solstice guidance reading with the free meditation. I am working through orders, so if you haven't had yours yet, don't panic. I haven't forgotten about you. I will get to you. So yeah, there's a work in progress. But thank you very much for everybody that is supporting that. A couple of shouts. This Friday, you can catch me over for the last time at Colour and Crystals in Trowbridge, where I will be doing some evening reads. I think there's 1 or 2 spaces left, so contact Jo at the shop. And if there are, she can tell you the times that are available and she can get you booked in for that, which is really cool. The big one, this Saturday, 9 tickets left, just 9 tickets now, for our night in Henstridge with myself and the beautiful Amy Michelle and the fabulous Zoe Mullings. So it's going to be a great medley night of mediumship. There will be teas and coffees available to purchase. I think we're going to try and do a raffle as well. So it's going to be a fun night, but essentially a beautiful connection with the spirit world. So get involved if you are available. And then Monday, the last of this year's Wellness Monday evenings, happening in Frome Foxy's Den, 6:30 until 10 o'clock. I have 1 space left for readings with myself at 9:30, if anybody is interested in that. There are also going to be some fab readers, stall holders, therapists, a collection of beautiful people. If this is really well supported, I will look into running them next year. If this is not that well supported, then this will be the last one, and we will just go out with a beautiful blessing and beautiful festive magic energy. So your support really will determine if we do these next year or not. So if you're free on Monday Foxy's Den, Frome, 6:30 until 10 o'clock. Come along, get involved. It'll be great to see you. There is a bar as well for hot drinks as well as alcoholic beverages if you would like, and just a chance to connect with like-minded people under one roof. So I'm going to leave that with you. Have a cool one. I hope the messages made sense, and I'll see some of you guys very soon. Take care. Love and blessings. Bye for now.